good morning, 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 good morning. Hey, everybody, welcome to the call this morning. Thank you so much. I just want to make sure that everybody's safe. And you know what? We got a brand new, today's Tuesday. What a beautiful day to be alive in a beautiful country as we are. Hey, I want to thank everybody on the call today that's on the call. I didn't get a chance to go through the list, but I saw a lot of you on there, so thank you so much. Today is Tuesday, and we have a guest speaker we asked to come back who blessed us last Tuesday. He hails from the East Coast. Young man I've been admiring from the distance and got a chance to know him better and better the last 7 years. Got started when he was 20. He's 27 years old. I mean, from the streets of Baltimore, Maryland to living the life that we all want to live at a young age, and also going back to learning and getting the skills developed and becoming such a strong leader. And we all have to go through some ups and downs and some changes. And I watch him go through some ups and downs and changes to make him a better man, a better father, just a better person. And man, not that he wasn't good before, but man, it's just his skill level has got to be off the charts right now. You speak with the wisdom of a 50, 60-year-old man at the age of 27. Without any further ado, the Wolfpack head, Mr. Shakeel Cooper. Sir, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing? Can you hear me?
Good. We can hear you speak a little. Okay, there you go. Good morning.
Okay.
How you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing pretty well. Kind of slept a little late today. I was slept with the windows up. It's a little chilly outside, so you know that cold air kind of give you an extra couple hours of sleep.
So what city are you? You're not in Houston today, are you? Texas? Or
No, I'm in Maryland. I should be in Houston in about 2 weeks. I've been traveling a lot, so I kind of took a break for a couple weeks.
All
but
right.
I'll be right back once things calm down.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. I understand that Georgia's. Well, anyway, it's good to have you on the call again this week. We had you on there last week, and I was talking to Miss Ismail. I know she's on the line. She said, "Mr. Cooper coming back?" I said, "I don't know if we got him." So hold on. Let's go back. And she went back into the archives because we have our channel now, Destiny International channel, and we got stuff posted from back when. And she looked back at last week. She said, "Hold up real quick. No, I noticed we didn't invite him back." I said, "Okay, I'll call him." And folks with Popular Man, not only her, but several other people asked about you as well. I said, well, let me call him, see if I can get him to come back this Tuesday. So we do two back-to-back Tuesdays with him. I think that'd be awesome.
Absolutely.
And thank you for your time. So have at it, sir. I know you've asked me what it is that we want to talk about today. And I guess I texted you over a few things that you can open up and share. So without further ado, it's your show.
Okay, thank you. Before I do go into any information today, I do want to thank Mr. Thomas again for always bringing me back. You know, it's always a blessing to talk to people, different leaders, and just learn from different people that's building this business. Because as you guys know, everybody has a different story while building ACN. Nobody's story is going to be the same, but what I can tell you is that if you just never give up, you could definitely see yourself at the top of the company. And today, I do have a couple things that I'm going to talk about, but I'm going to give a quick background to whoever's on this call today that probably never heard of me before. My name is Shakeel Cooper. I'm currently 27 years old. I got involved in ACN when I was 20 years old. So I was just 20 years old, broke college kid, working at Applebee's as a server. Once I saw the ACN opportunity for the first time, I got started right on the spot. Took it really seriously. But after a month of me personally doing ACN, I was already looking for a way out of work and a way to get out of school. So I made the decision after a month of being involved in ACN that I wanted to go full time all the way. I won't tell everybody to do it, but I wanted to get out of corporate America. I wanted to get out of going to school because at that time I was just going to school to please my parents, and I was just working a job because it was nothing else to do. I watched all my friends go off to big colleges. I couldn't go off to big colleges because I didn't have the money to afford it at that time. I did wanted to become a chef, and in order to go to chef school, it was almost $30,000 a year. So we can agree, where in the world am I getting $100,000+ to go to school to learn to become a chef? So what I did was I took a year off. I went to school. I went to a summer program, and then I attended college for about a year. And then after that, when I seen ACN, I said, this is it. And I took it serious. And for the past October this year, we'll make it 7 years was the last time I punched a clock. So imagine you being 20 years old, and the rest of your 20s, you don't work for anyone else. You're not punching up clock. You're not getting up 6 o'clock in the morning, driving to a place that you don't like just to pay bills. And to me, that was really what life is about. I got to a point in my life where I wasn't just chasing money anymore, because I watched so many people around me. They just chase money, chase money, chase money just to pay bills, but they never get a chance to truly experience life. You know, all they know is I got to go to work because I got to pay the bills. But in ACN, we get paid off of those same bills. So I said, what can I do different to put myself in a position where I can have my time back? Because if you don't know, that's the most valuable thing that we do have. It's not the money in our bank accounts, but it's the time freedom. And I was just sitting back a couple of days ago, and I was just thinking, because my son, he's about to be 3 in November, and he's already starting to talk. And I'm just like, wow, time had flew by so fast. But I remember his mom being pregnant up until this point now, and I've been able to see every step of the way. You know, he didn't have to go to any daycares or any of those things like that. So just imagine your son, your child being able to just live a life where all they know is freedom. You know, sometimes when I talk to him on FaceTime, it could be 1 o'clock in the morning, and he'll get out of the bed and go run to his grandparents' bed and go sleep with them with his iPhone. He just live a carefree life. And, you know, to me, that's what ACN is all about. To be able to give your kids a better lifestyle where they know no limits. They don't know, you know, what it is to struggle and things like that. So they just have the mindset of, this is life. You just do what you want to do whenever you want to do it. And for me, that's really a big deal, because it's so many people that spend so much time away from their family, going to work just to pay bills, and you never truly get the chance to do the things that you really want to do. Because one thing I know is that everyone did not wake up just to pay bills. Everyone was not put on this planet to work 40 to 60 hours a week. And when I see an ACN, I'm like, even though I'm 20 years old, what if I really take this business serious? What if I really put my head down and build, you know, a fashion business? And today I have about 1,200 business partners, going on 5,000 services, hundreds of thousands of dollars in billing volume. And it's really because I'm just building a big team. And if you go out there and you really just share the opportunity with people, and you build a team, the goal is to build a team of people that become independent from you, meaning that they don't need you to build their business. And a lot of people, they want to build a big network marketing business, but they get to a point where they feel as though they have to motivate people. They feel as though, you know, it's hard. But to me, ACN is not hard, because all I'm doing is going through the numbers, sharing an opportunity with people, and letting them make a decision if they want to do it or not. But I understand is that everything that we do is all in the numbers. It's all in the numbers, no matter your background, no matter your race, no matter anything. You can come from a family of money. You can come in ACN with a lot of money and still not be successful. Why? Because you didn't learn the skills. You probably didn't play the numbers. With me, no business background. They know anybody in business from Baltimore City, from the hood. They know anything about network marketing. I never even heard of network marketing. One of the only reasons that I got involved, because Senior Vice President, Mr. Aaron Burke, used to be a 5th grade teacher at the same elementary school that I was at. So the year when I got there, he had actually was just leaving out. So imagine someone telling you, hey, I used to be a 5th grade teacher in the hood at your elementary school that you was just at, and I'm a millionaire. I'm in. That's all I needed to hear. And then his wife, Miss Chanel Bird, she actually grew up 5 minutes away from the neighborhood that I grew up in. I'm like, these people got money. They from Baltimore City. They work here. They look just like me. If they can do it, I can do it. So when I seen that, honestly, I made a decision on the spot that I was going all in. And that's all I've done, you know, just pushing this business, pushing it, you know, going through the ups, going through the downs, you know, building with people that you was close with, losing people that you was close with, you know, losing top people in your business, and having to go out there and rebuild your business again, and, you know, spend the money, spend the time, helping people, going through the ups and downs. And most people, they don't want to do these things for days and days and years and years. You understand? I've sacrificed my entire 20s to do ACN. While all my friends was partying, vacationing, and having fun, the only vacation I knew about was internationals, you know? So I basically just sacrificed everything to be where I'm at now. And most people, they think it was easy because they just think you got lucky, you know, things like that. But they don't understand the amount of time I spent away from my family, the amount of money that I pour back into people, helping people, thousands and thousands. This is stuff, money that I'll probably never get back from those people. But what I understood is that it's about bigger than me. And the reason why it's bigger than me, because I understand is that if you create a culture, if you create a brand, if you create a system that's in place, other people can take the system and go out there and work their own business without you. And that's the whole entire purpose of building a network marketing business. The goal is not for you to be there to do everything. The goal is for you to develop leaders so that they run their own businesses. And that's always been my goal, is to not always be the person that's in front. I want my team to be in front. I want my leaders to step up, because the goal is not to work hard. The goal is to work smart, so that one day you can have thousands and thousands of business partners and you're making money off of every single thing that they do. And one of the reasons why I love ACN, because through the ups and through the downs, it don't matter. At the end of the day, people have to pay for these bills. Just think about what's going on right now. You might not have to pay your bill this month. You might not have to pay it next month. But best to believe, when all of these things is over, all this virus and everything that's going on right now, those bills are still going to come in the mail, and people have to pay for it. Can you live without your cell phone? Can you live without television? Can you live without electricity? You can't live without any of the services that we offer. And right now, just think about what identity theft. Just think about how many people are in their homes, stealing people's information, on the dark web. I just had to cancel my bank account because I seen fraudulent stuff going on my card. And it's because I've been traveling a lot. So I know that if I can get hacked in a way, everybody can get hacked. So just think about everything that we offer in ACN, where you can have the opportunity to now offer people the best opportunity in the world, because we're not talking about going out there trying to sell people products that they don't use. Just think about it right now. What if you had a whole garage full of makeup? Who are you selling it to right now? Just think about the things that people sold back in the day. They had a whole garage up. They can't even go out right now and make money. But we have an online business. Think about the world right now. Everywhere on the computer, everywhere on the internet, all I see is Zoom. People got Zoom for everything. They do online business. Just think about it now. In a few years, school might not be the same. They said, listen, if it's working now online, why not continue it? Just think about how much money businesses can save by running their businesses online. Just think about the less people that they need to run their business, because just think about it. If you can run your business online, why would you want a brick and mortar business? Why would you want a business where you have to pay for employees, you have to pay for overhead, pay for insurance, pay for all of those extra fees, and you can literally just have maybe one or two people at a single location and just have everybody else work online? So just imagine having a global business where people can go on their computer, they can go on their cell phone, they can go on their laptop, and they can run their business. I'm watching my business partners. They're literally running their business off of Zoom. They're not complaining, saying, hey, we can't make no money going out and meet people. They're in Zoom calls all day, every day, and they're getting results. They're signing people up. They're getting people qualified. They're getting people excited about the ACN opportunity, and they're not using any excuses, because we have a tool in front of us. And if you use the tools that we have in ACN, you can be successful. I'm nobody special. People just got to understand that all I did was follow a simple system to the point where the system became what I was known for, doing the business. I didn't get lucky in ACN. I didn't have anybody sit down and invest a whole bunch of money in me for me to become the person that I am today. I actually had to go out there and do the work. I had to risk my life every single day building ACN. People knowing you making a bunch of money and you're in the hood where everybody's poverty, but you're the shining star. You're making the most money out of everyone that you grew up with. And now you start to become a target. But guess what? I still had the mindset that I got to help people. So imagine having that bulletproof mindset where you're in danger every single day, but you don't care, because the purpose was bigger than you. The purpose was being out there helping those people that just needed to see somebody made it out of their situation, that looked just like them, with no business background, with no excuses. And that really gave hope to a whole entire city, and honestly to people around the world, that listen, if this young guy can do it, why can't I do it? And through the ups, through the downs, and people, they watch me go through the ups, they watch me go through the downs, but what they never watched me do was quit. They never watched me do was just stop doing ACN. And the reason why, because I'll always do ACN, because guess what? You'll always pay bills. Just imagine this concept right now. As you look at the world, it's changing. We can agree that ACN adapts every time the world changes. Since I've been involved in ACN, every time the government is shut down, if it's a hurricane, a tornado, whatever's going on right now, ACN happens to always adjust. So with me being involved in this company, it's just really phenomenal. And some of the trials and tribulations that it took for me, because I know that most of y'all on this call, you're going to go through it. You're probably already going through it, or you're probably coming out of it. But it's not easy as far as dealing with people. The business itself is simple. The business is the business. We get reps, we get customers, and we get trained. But we can agree that most people are different, and most people are weird. And not saying weird in a bad way, most people are just weird. It's going to be people that you know need an opportunity, and you know they don't have no money, you know they're struggling, you know their situation, and you share opportunity with them, and they tell you they don't think it's for them. You're going to think, what is going on? Did I just hear the right things? You're going to start questioning yourself. When you start dealing with these type of people, you're going to start questioning, is this opportunity really real? And the thing I would tell you is that you're not playing through the most numbers if you have that mindset, because my mindset is I'm just looking for 6. I just need 6 good people. But in order to get 6 good people, you got to go through probably 6,000 people. You got to go through 6,000 people. So in order to go through 6,000 people, we can agree, if you do it by yourself, it's going to take you a long time. But what if you did it with a team? What if you had a team in place, had a system in place where not only you're going through the number, but now you have other people that's going through the number? I just checked my back office this month, and I saw my team expanded in, I think, 9 different states and in Canada. I don't know any of these people. I haven't talked to them. I don't know none of these people. My business is expanded in 9 different states in another country called Canada. I've been to Canada one time, and I'm probably never going to have to go to Canada, but just imagine getting paid in Canada. Just imagine being able to build a business where you have almost 5,000 customers that's going to pay their bills every single day. See, most people think that I figured ACN out. I'm still a student of the business. But by me being a student, I'm still able to have a successful business at the same time. Why? Because I follow the system. I don't try to create my own system. If ACN said they're using webinars right now, guess what everybody else is doing? We're using webinars. If ACN said we got a new comp plan, it's a new comp plan. You have to continue to change and adapt. And most people, they're so used to being stuck with the same mindset. They're so used to being stuck doing the same things over and over. You got to understand that we're part of a company that's always changing, it's always evolving, and it's always for the better. And some of the trials and tribulations that, number one, you might have to go through is some of your people that you think is going to be there for the long run, they're going to quit on you. They're going to quit on you. The people that you think, this is going to be my person, they're going to the top with me, they're not. What I can tell you is the people that you think is not going to go to the top with you, it's probably going to be the person that goes to the top with you. Because I remember going through that situations of having, at the time, 2 of my close best friends, people that, we was on track to hit a record time in ACN, go SVP probably in 2 years, and things changed. They left the company, they quit on me, they took my team apart. But what I did was, during that time, I developed relationships with their best friends that was in their organization. And today, their leaders, they're almost RVP. In the next 90 days to 120 days, they will be promoted to RVP. So by those 2 guys leaving, and I'm thinking they was the right one, they wasn't the right one, because I still had to help them build their business. But their best friends, they're running their own business. They have their own movements, they have their own teams, they have their own brands. They're independent, and they're building the business every single day. Those are the people that you want in this business. You don't want someone that you got to motivate every single day, that you got to pump up every single day, that you got to get them excited to go out there and build their business. Your goal is to find independent people that just want to build their business, and everything that you do for them, it's a bonus. And that's how I look at my team. Everything that someone in my organization do, it's a bonus. I'm happy and I'm appreciative. I have gratitude, because guess what? Number one, I didn't know the people. Number 2, I don't know the customer. And number 3, I'm going to get paid on a service from someone that I never have to meet. Why in the world would I not want to be grateful? Do you understand what we have on our hands with most people today? Even people that have great jobs, they got to work from home. They can't even go out and do the things that they probably spent their whole entire life doing. They got to figure out how to work from a computer now. And who knows, in 6 months, they might even still have a job. So just think about all of the things that's going on in the world right now. And for me to be involved in ACN almost 7 years, and all I'm doing is adapting to everything that's going on. But through the ups and through the downs, the checks still get cut. Wow. Why? Because people still have to pay for these bills. So as a leader on this call, everyone, I just want to really just tell you that just develop the mindset of just never quitting. Like, just go through it. Like, go through the dirt, go through the mud, just go through whatever you got to go through, because what I tell you is going to be worth it. it's going to be worth it, because I've always had dreams of saying one day, I want to retire early. I want to be able to travel the world. I want to be able to buy all the land. I want to be able to live a lifestyle that most people think I'm crazy about, because I didn't just get involved in ACN for the money. I got involved in ACN for the freedom, just to be able to do what I want to do. I don't know what it is to wake up to an alarm clock, because since I've been involved in ACN, I work my business from home. I made a decision and said I'm never going to go back to the life that I didn't want. And the reason why I didn't want that lifestyle, because I looked at every single person that have that lifestyle. Number one, most of them are not happy. Number two, most of them live paycheck to paycheck. And number three, they just did not have what I want in life. See, I'm a person where I just want to be free. I want to be free from everything. I just want to be able to be my own boss, do my own thing, wake up when I'm finished sleeping. Do you understand how important that is? I was watching a video the other day on YouTube, and it was saying that the reason for most diseases, the reason for most health problems and things like that, it comes from sleep deprivation, lack of sleep. Just think about it. You got to sleep for 8 hours. Then you got to work for 8 hours. Now that's 16 hours out of 24 hours. Where did you get a chance to cook? Where did you get a chance to take a shower? Where do you get a chance to spend time with your family? Where do you get time to do anything important? And just think about it. You do this every single day. You do this every single day. See, most people are just walking around mentally. They're dead because they're sleep. They get no sleep. They don't know what's going on in the world. They're eating junk. They're doing all kinds of things. They're just moving. They're not really here. See, when I got involved in ACN, I got my time back. I started to focus on myself. I started to learn more about the world. And I understood was that when you get involved in ACN and you have success, you help people in things like that, you start to look younger. See, I wouldn't even know how old Mr. Thomas is. He can pass for 35. Because I see some of the leaders, the older they get, the younger they look. I'm like, what are they drinking? What is in the water? I want some of that. Because I want to get older, but I want to look younger. I want to be stress-free. And that's what I love about this business, because I'm able to see other people have the things that I want. At Applebee's, they didn't have what I want. I didn't see people having the things I want, and that's really important. Whoever you're listening to is the lifestyle that they're going to take on. So just think about it. You might have your broke cousin that tell you network marketing don't work, but you look at their situation. Why would you listen to someone that don't have what you want? Why would you listen to your broke friend that don't have no money and they're telling you, oh, those things is a scam, don't try it out? See, I had to get to the point where I don't care what anybody think about my dreams, because they're my dreams. See, but you can't care what people think. And that's the problem. Most people care about what other people think too much. Why would you care about somebody else's opinion if they're not paying your bills? If they're not taking care of your family? If you can't call them up right now and say, hey, I need $1,000, why would you take on their opinion? So throughout the ups and throughout the downs, I had to count on myself. And the reason why I counted on myself, because no one job was to save me in this business but myself. I had to go through these things. And if you don't go through these things and you try to run from it over and over and over, when people in your organization go through certain situations and they come to you about it and you can't relate to them, how can you lead them out of it? So sometimes as a leader, you have to be the person that's getting beat up, going through the ups and downs, going through the trials and going through the tribulations, so that you can share with other people and say, hey, listen, I've been there before, but guess what? I got out of it. I just kept going. I just never say, you know what? I'm going to go back to corporate America. I'm going to go back to Applebee's. I'm going to go back and do the same old thing that I was complaining about. No, I'm just going to stick it out. I'm going to roll with the punches, because every successful person, they always hit the top and they always hit the bottom, but the real ones always come back to the top. So which one are you? Other person that just, you get to a certain point where you're excited about where you're at, and then you get beat up and you go down and then you start questioning yourself, you start questioning your business, and then you quit and you go back to just working your little job that you said that you don't like, that you said it was taking time away from your family, that wasn't paying your bills, that wasn't giving you any type of happiness. So now you're going back to doing the things that you don't like because you don't want to do the things that's going to really get you the way you need to go. And I understood that most people, the unknown, most people are scared of. And what is the unknown? They don't know when it's going to take to hit senior vice president. They don't know if they might make some money. Why? Because in ACN, if you don't produce, you don't get a check. This is not something where you can just be in, sit on the clock, and get paid. We don't get paid by the hour. We get paid by production. So you got to shift your mindset from getting paid by sitting around or just being involved in something. I know some of you on this call probably thinking, I've been involved in ACN for some years, but I'm not where I need to be. But it's not about how long you've been. It's what have you done since you've been involved. Don't think about how long you've been involved. Think about the quality of work that you put in since you've been involved. Because Someone can get involved in AC and put in 3 years of quality work that might beat somebody 10 years of just being involved in ACN. Because I ran through a lot of people that have been involved in ACN for 10 plus years. In my first 1, 2, 3 years of doing this business, and people are looking like, how are you able to do that? I condensed my time frame. See, it's 365 days in a year. If you just go to work, let's say 5 to 6 days out of the week, every single week, and you just condensing time. You're doing PBRs, you're talking to people, and then you develop a team of people, and everyone's doing it. All your team knows is no days off, no days off. They got to go do the work. They got to go talk to people. And now you have a team full of people that's just going through the numbers. Guess what's going to happen? You now have a business that's running without you. See, if it's just about you, everything is just going to be about you. Meaning that no one's going to get qualified because you didn't get them qualified. No one's going to get in because you didn't get to get them. Guess what? If every single thing in your business depends on what you do, then you don't have a business. You're a dependent business owner. When you got involved in ACN, your goal was to become an independent business owner. Your goal was not to sit around and babysit a whole bunch of grown adults. I don't babysit adults because I don't get paid to babysit. I don't get paid to babysit adults. So you have to change the mindset of being a babysitter and trying to, cradle everyone to the top. Listen, everyone's not going to make it. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay that everyone's not going to get to the top. So when people quit, they was just, listen, everyone has a certain amount of time. It's just like milk. Everybody got an expiration date. Mine just happened to be organic, meaning that it's going to last forever. What do you have in yours? Think about it. Some people quit in 7 days. Some milk go bad in 7 days. Yes, some organic milk, it can last a lifetime. That's how I feel about myself. And I look at most people like that, so I don't get mad when people get involved and they quit. It's normal. You don't need everybody. So I don't go crazy because I know that everybody is not going to stick around. But I know that if I continue to stick around, I'm going to beat everybody else. It's like a marathon. Everyone, you might take off fast. You might be a great sprinter, but who's going to win the race? So you have to have a marathon-like mindset. If something's going on in your business right now, you know what? Work on yourself. If you work on yourself, then work on your business. See, you can't just work on your business and not work on yourself. See, I spend a lot of time, just watching videos and just really working on myself, because how can I pour into other people if I'm not pouring into myself? So you have to be a person where you're seeking knowledge, you're seeking information, because if you don't have the knowledge and the information, who are you going to inspire? Who's going to talk about your story? Who's going to say, because of you, I didn't quit. Because of you, I didn't give up. I watched you go through the ups and the downs, and I watched you continue to persist and continue to go on and continue to build a successful business till this day. And that's what this business is all about. It's all about just building to pay you no matter what's going on in the world. Because I can only imagine right now, if I had a family to take care of and I couldn't work, I was working at Applebee's and restaurants is closed down, what would I be doing right now? Just think about it. What if I was in that situation, I would be living my life in regret. But guess what? Now I live my life in gratitude, because I'm happy that at 20 years old, I developed the mindset of saying that I know things are going to go wrong in the world as I get older. But if I put myself in a position so that when those things go on, I can still continue to produce income and have a business that's recession proof. See, I'm always thinking about in the future. Most people, they think about right now. They think about, oh, I'm doing good right now. Yeah, you're doing, it's a lot of people that was doing good right now. But how are those people doing right now? They're not doing that good. Why? Because they're not producing any income. I don't care how much money you make. Once the money stops coming in, it's a matter of time before the well dries up. It's a matter of time. I was looking at, artists, just think about them. They can't tour. Your favorite artist right now that you claim is so successful, they can't make no money touring. Most of them don't own their music. They have no stream of income coming in right now. They need ACN. Because we're the only people right now that's getting paid off of things that's essential. Have you noticed that when the country shut down, what did they say? They said only essential workers. We offer essential services, meaning that we're essential to the world, we're essential to the economy, we're essential to every single thing that's going to happen 24/7, 365. We're essential people. So we're essential people that have essential business that's recession proof. Why would you not want to go out there and build a big business? Because guess what? People are looking for ways to make money. People are open to making extra money. but you got to go out there and talk to people. You have to go out there and build a team. And last but not least, it's all about your mindset. Your mindset is everything. You can't have a wishbone. You got to have a backbone. And the reason why, because people are going to tell you that this don't work. People are going to tell you every single thing. People are going to pour, you know, their lack of belief on you because they don't believe in themselves. And they're going to be some of the people that might be closest to you. It might be the person that you're laying down with every single night that don't believe in your dreams. Just tell them, listen, this is my dream. Either you're going to support me or I'm still going to continue to build it. But I understand that you have your own way of living life and I have my own way. See, you got to step up to people. You got to let people know, don't step on your dreams. Don't speak negative about your dream. The moment someone speaks negative about my dream, I let them have it. I cut them off right then and there and said, listen, I understand you have your own opinion, but it's not for me. And I'm not scared to tell people what it is. See, I'm not scared to tell people that I have a big dream and I'm going to go out there and accomplish it. I know most people are scared to tell people their dreams because in their heart, they really don't believe that they can do it. But guess what? I'm unstoppable and I'm never going to quit until I get to these millions and millions and millions. And that's always been my goals, was to become a millionaire. I don't care how long it takes me. I'm going to become a millionaire. I was just looking at my goals right now. You know, what do they say? I'm a millionaire. You know, I do this every day. My handwriting is a little ugly, but I do it every day. What's your goals? If you don't have no goals, you're not going to go anywhere. See, I write down my goals every single day over and over and over and over. So that, guess what? I'm going to become my goals. You know I am going to become a senior vice president. You know, I am already wealthy. You know, these are the things that I'm speaking into existence. I'm saying I am a millionaire. I am financially free. What are you saying to yourself every single day that you wake up? Because I don't care about what's going on right now. I'm speaking the life that I want into existence because I actually put the work in to do it. So that's really all I have today. It's really all about having a bulletproof mindset, having a mindset of knowing where you're going in life. No, not just sitting around saying, you know, I want to be this, but do you have it written down? How many journals you have? I got 2 right now. I got to go buy some new ones. What are you writing down? What's your goal? If you have no goals, you have nothing, because I knew that 80% of the times the goals that you write down, 80% of the times the goals that you write down, you will achieve. But if you don't write your goals down, you will never achieve them. That's the difference between successful people and unsuccessful people. Successful people write down their goals. Unsuccessful people don't. And they read it every single day. They see it every single day. You know, I'm looking at my wall right now. It's full of goals. I know where I'm going. I know what I want out of life. All I got to do is put in the work. But the first step I got to do is writing it down. If you're not writing down your goals, if you're not watching every single day when you wake up, you know, if you don't have no goals, you have nothing. So start today by writing down every single thing that you want. I watched a video about Steve Harvey, and he was talking about writing down 300 goals. Get a journal and write down 300 things. He said, by the time you get to 75, your head might go crazy, but just continue to write it down. And that's all I continue to do, is just write down what I want in journals and journals, so that when I get all these things in life, I'm going to look back at all of my journals. I have about 20 different journals, and I'm going to check off every single thing that I wanted and every single thing that I accomplished. Why? Because I've written them down, and it's only a matter of time before those things come into fruition. So that's the best tip I can give everyone is college. Just write your goals down, know what you want, you know, and go out there and actually work for it. Don't hope for it. Don't expect any handouts. Anything that your mentor do for you, it's a bonus. They don't have to do it. But if they choose to do it, it's a great thing. But other than that, build your business. You know, focus your energy on what's below you, your downline, helping your people. And once you help your people, you're going to develop leaders that they're going to help their own people. They're not going to need your help, because why? They have the system. Our goal is not to babysit leaders for their whole entire career. Our goal is to teach them what they need to do and have them go out there and do their thing. But they're still doing the same thing, which is acquiring customers, signing up new people, and getting trained. So that's kind of all I have today. If you want any questions or anything like that, Mr. Thomas, I'm free for a couple minutes to talk.
Wow, my Lord. There's my goals. Every year I write them down. All my goals right here. And I tell you what, it's so important. Leaders do that every year. I go back to 1987 is when I started writing goals down every year. I mean, yeah, journal after journal, you're right, so much. Man, you're amazing. I love the part that Mr. Cooper said about essential people are working. And we are essential people because we have essential services. That was huge. I got a lot out of that. That was boom. And I took notes on Mr. Cooper from last week. Look at here. Here's some of the notes from last week. Mr. Cooper, 27 years old, 20 years old, working at Applebee's. He was making a six-figure income at age 21. His son will be 3 in November. Wow. He's 27 years old, and he said something that was very impactful. He is going to be number one in the company. And I love the idea when he said he went to college and they told him, look to the left, look to the right. He says, some people with you right now won't be with you when you graduate. See, a lot of things I said last week, I got on my notes, and that was last week's note. And he talked about the 90% is mindset, 10% is physical. See, the whole idea, and he gave us a date for his next promotion, October 22nd of this year, 2020. I take good notes. So here again, we're learning a lot from a young man, 27 years old. I mean, think about that. How mature, where is he with his business? And he didn't care what anybody said. And he writes down, oh my Lord. So much. Does anybody, let's do this. Any 1 or 2 questions for Mr. Cooper? We got a little bit of time, if that's okay, if you got a few more minutes. If anybody got a question, one or 2 questions for Mr. Cooper about anything he's talked about or said. Anybody, 1 or 2 questions?
Please raise your hand if you have a question.
Thank you, Mr. Bree Clemens. Raise your hand if you have a question. Mr. Anthony Quinn, it's good seeing you today, sir, out there in Kentucky.
So I think Mr. Ishmael has a question and try raising his hand.
All right. Mr. Ishmael? All right, anybody else?
Oh, here we go. Now he goes. My question is, how did you find out about the journal, writing down your journal? What came to your mind? I mean, I learned it for somewhere else, for some technical stuff, but you're very young. Where did you get that?
I listened to someone called Jim Rohn. So that was my first mentor in this industry. I mean, I still listen to him to this day. And that was my first mentor. And the first thing he told me, write down your goals. He even has you go to YouTube. So you go to YouTube and get all of his videos and training. But one of the things that he has is called journal. And he just talk about putting everything in his journal. He was talking to his mentor one day, and his mentor was talking to him about his goals. And he said, what goals? And then the mentor, basically was like, what's your goals? He's like, I don't have any goals.
Okay.
And at that point was a light bulb that kind of went off in his head, was like, oh, I need to have a journal. And his mentor started teaching him about having a journal. And then since then, his career have taken over. He won't do anything without a journal. Every day he's journaling things down.
Okay. One question I have, maybe for Mr. Thomas or for you, the question is that I have is, if you have another country that you have to put people there, but the system that works over there is different from us in the United States, how do you find out how to handle that kind of stuff? I'm not sure, because I had somebody yesterday, I just came to my mind that I met somebody in Mexico, again in Los Angeles, and I say, oh, but I'm doing with ACM, blah, blah, blah. I say, but all of a sudden we have the virus thing, and he has to leave the country because he lost 2 jobs over here, and now he lives in Mexico. He says, and I have matters that I called him, and the call went through, and I said, oh, yes, thank you for calling me. And I mentioned again the business. I said, I'm on it. What do? I want to sign in. I said, okay, let me get back to you because I don't know how to do it. So that's my question.
With everything going on right now, I would just try to do it all through Zoom. But once things get back to normal, what you want to get good at is networking with other leaders in different marketplaces. The goal is to develop build relationships with other people in other marketers. So, for example, I'm really good friends with one of the top senior vice presidents in the UK. His name is Ahmed Mukhtar. And he's one of the most successful people in ACN. But I know for a fact, if I call him and say, hey, listen, I have someone, in the UK that want to come out to the event, they're going to take good care of people for me. If I had people, I know some people that was working in Mexico. So if I had someone in Mexico, I'll call them up and they're going to take care. So you got to get really great at networking with leaders inside of the business also.
Okay.
I also just, bringing people in your downline. But one of the things I've done was I build relationships with people in different marketplaces. So if I have people there, if I have a team there, you know, I can just call them up and say, hey, listen, I got a new business partner. Can you take care of them? Because if they have people in my marketplace that I am building, I'm going to take care of their people for them. For example, right now, I'm looking to relaunch Houston, Texas. So in the next couple of months, anyone that have people in Houston, Texas, I'll be there to help them relaunch and build the business. So we're all
Thank you so much for that question. We got next question from Brandon.
Yes, sir. Hey, I got a question. Like, you say you write down goals every day. Do you like have a different goal every day that you like you write down? And another question I have to ask is, what do you do when you find yourself in a place where you're not being, like, you start seeing yourself slip and not be consistent in what you do? What do you do?
Okay, so I write out different goals, and the reason why some of the goals is some of the same goals because repetition is the mother of learning. So I have few goals that I write on every day. Number one of those is, you know, I'm wealthy, I'm healthy, I'm a millionaire. I write that down every day, and I say it every single day because the more that you say it, the more that you see it, and it's in your handwriting, the more likely it's going to happen. Listen, I learned that from other millionaires. I didn't create it, but if it works for them, I'm pretty sure it can work for me. And then number two, I'm a broad-minded type of person, meaning that I'm not just motivated by just one or two things. You know, I'm not just motivated by cars or houses and things like that. You know, I'm motivated by a lot of different things. So because I have an open mindset, it's a whole lot of things I want to do. I want to build a shipping container house. Most people are thinking, why do you want to do that? That's what I'm into. You know, I want some land. Why? I want to have horses. I want to have sheep. I want to do a whole bunch of different things that most people don't want to do. Most people just want to work, pay bills, and do that for the rest of it. I don't want to do that. Why? Because the mindset I have since I've been involved in ACN has been, you can do whatever you want to do mindset. So I don't have a certain mindset where I'm just trapped in this one type of thinking, if that makes sense. You know, people, I just want a car, I just want a house, they just want the typical things. No, but it's so much stuff in life. I want to travel. I want to live on an island. I want to live in Dubai. I want to do all of these things, but you can't do all these things without money. So you got to have the big goals and the big visions now before you get it. Because once you have the goals, when you have the vision, and you put in the work, it's only a matter of time before all those things that you write down, all of those things that you see every single day on your vision board, it's only a matter of time before it comes to fruition.
Good. Thank you so much, Mr. Cooper. Yanni West, is it Yanni or Yolanda West? Who was that, sir? Last name West had a question.
Yes, sir. I came in a little late on the conference, but I was just trying to figure out, I know you guys said you guys are an essential business and you guys sell essential products. I was just trying to figure out, what are you guys actually selling?
So I can actually break it down for you, but I'm not going to bootleg it for you. So whoever got you on this call, I want them to get you on a presentation that's going to explain it the way that we explain it. So what we're not going to do is we're not going to bootleg it for you.
Yeah. Let me jump in. At 1 o'clock today, Pacific Coast time. Which state are you in, sir?
South Carolina, Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle Beach. Call back from Myrtle. Okay. Call back here at 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock your 4 o'clock your time will be 1 o'clock our time, and I'm going to do a presentation on the same number and explain the information to you in the right proper way. And we're not selling anything. Here's the 3 S's I tell people. We're here at 1 o'clock. We're going to share some information. First S is share some information on how you can save money, okay, on services used every single day. These are the 3 things we're going to talk about, and we're going to explain the whole marketing plan in less than 20 minutes today at 4 o'clock p.m. your time. I'll be doing the call. I think myself and Mr. Atlam, I think one of us or 2 of us will be on the call today at 4 o'clock Myrtle Beach time to explain the information. So come back at 4 o'clock Myrtle Beach time. We'll explain it to you at that point. This call is for people who are already in the business to kind of share with them how this young man in 7 years from 20 to 27 has built a multi people business and international business here without leaving the comfort of his home's estate. So yeah, we'll answer that at that point. Who else had a question? Was that Miss Ismail?
I think Miss Natalie had raised her hand, but then she
Oh,
lowered
Miss
it.
Natalie had a
No,
question.
she still has
Okay,
a
Miss
question.
Natalie. I'm sorry,
Yes,
thank you.
hi, how are you? Mr. Cooper, it's a reality that everyone, you know, has lows and ups, but what do you do when you are in, you know, you have to like put your energy up to get back to the business, because you know everybody has that, but anybody else about that. So what do you do when you have to put your energy up?
So one of the things I do, and I watch a lot of different stuff that kind of motivate me on YouTube. And when I see like things that I want to do, I just start writing my journal. And then I know for a fact that the only way I can accomplish these things is if I have some money. Because without money, you can only do but so much. So you got to get motivated by things. You know, I like riding bikes. I was looking at a bike yesterday. Bike is $600-700. Most people would think, why would you want to spend that? But I'm like, I like riding bikes. You know, I like going on bike rides. So it's like I just find different things to motivate me, because the moment that you stop being motivated or can motivate yourself, you're just going to give up and settle for whatever life gives you. And I don't want to get to a point where I just settle for whatever life gives me. So I'm always thinking about random things to keep me motivated. And I do it every single day, because we all get down. And it's many times where I had to motivate myself. So what I do, I go to YouTube, you know, and I just go look at a bunch of different things. And yesterday I was looking at some person that owns like a successful garage. They had like every type of car that's a supercar in there. And I'm like, I want it. And then the guy was kind of going over how much money it costs to maintain the car and things like that. I'm just like, I want that. But in order to have that lifestyle, I got to go to work. So by me seeing these different things, it motivates me.
Thank you so much.
You're
You
welcome.
know, YouTube is a great training ground for a lot of good stuff today. Notice we like my stick alike. I'm on YouTube, Brian Reynolds, Jim Rohn. I mean, I'm looking at Robert Kiyosaki. YouTube is a great teacher. See, that's what 5%ers do. We keep learning, expanding, new goals, new ideas that motivate us. And the 95% of people is watching what? Watching the Kardashians on TV. We don't watch TV, we watch YouTube. We're educating ourselves. See, that's what's important. You know, the funny thing about it, there's more people got a stimulus check to buy more TV sets. Miss Luann, I was talking to her. She was, Mr. Thomas, it's so right. I was at Walmart the other day. I couldn't believe this guy ran out with a big screen TV set, couldn't even get in the back of his truck. You can't eat a TV set. Anyway, it's kind of different, the 5%ers mindset versus the 95%ers mindset. Last question.
TV.
One last question for the day from Mr. Cooper.
So I have a
Like
question.
minds think alike. Huh?
Good morning.
Good morning.
So my question is, when people see the business and, you know, we have the steps to close people, if they're not showing signs that they're like motivated and hungry, do you kind of like do exposure to exposure, or do you try to close them, or are you sorting for those people that jump on it right away and you're like, okay, I'm rolling with this person?
So what I do is I still share the business. But I just doing this business so long to me, I just know when somebody they BSing. You just know when they're not serious. And at that point, I just get straight to the point. Listen, is this something that you really want to do? See, I'm not scared to kind of have those straightforward conversations with people, because at the end of the day, my time is more valuable than theirs. I'm not going to sit down there for an hour and try to convince them just for them to say, you know, I don't want to do it. So if I'm sharing a business, you know, even before I share with them, I said, listen, are you open to even learning about it? You know, and they give you like, yeah, you know, I might be, whatever. I just get straight to the point. Listen, either you open to it or you're not. See, you got to be straight to the point with people, because people will waste your time. People will get in, and then they a day later they'll call you and say, I don't want to do it no more. So if you just kind of just get straight to the point, and it's really about having that posture. You know, most people,
that backbone.
That backbone, they want everyone to do it, because it's like, why would you not want to do it? But everyone's not going to do it. Even though you might need that person to do it, I'd rather they not do it and save me time, energy, and a headache than have to convince them to get in, have to convince them to go to the event, have to convince them to get trained. You got to convince, it's like you're taking care of a new kid, a newborn. And if you have any kids, listen, the newborn stage is the hardest stage. because you got to keep motivating and doing all of these things to get people excited instead of just finding somebody else. Because what I'm going to tell you is that most of the people that you do come across, 9 out of 10, the people that you share the business with, they might not be the leader. Your leader might come through somebody else that you might have in your business. So if I was you, I just play the numbers. Like, you're going to know who won it because they're going to be calling your phone. They're going to be excited. They're going to want to know all the information. And those are some of the traits that I had when I got in. Nobody had to convince me. Nobody had to motivate me. I'm probably the least stressful IBO that my mentors ever had because I don't call that phone to complain about anything. I just run my business. And those are the people that you're looking for, people that want to get involved and run their own business. They're using you as a resource. They're not using you as an excuse. And most people, they're going to use you for the reason why they have lack of success and things like that. So you just got to find the people that want to use you as a resource for the reason to help them build this business. Because at the end of the day, it's a team. You can't do it on your own. So just imagine you trying to build a business with someone that you're pulling them up, but they're pulling themselves down. It's like trying to save somebody that's drowning. They're going to drown you too. I'd rather swim with people that know how to swim, if that makes sense.
Yes. And then last question. So your advice for like the younger generation on the phone, the millennial movement, and, you know, having them speak to people that are older than them, and then them telling them like, you don't really know what you're talking about. So what's kind of your, like, what's your advice on younger people approaching older people?
So with the younger people, it comes down to posture because most of my team, about 95% of my team is between 18 and I think 30. And they're not scared. They tell grown adults, they talk to them like they peers. They're not disrespectful, but they got the same posture I got. I got a young guy right now. He's like 50 services away from being 19-year-old RD. I'm not going to finish it for him. His mentor's not going to finish it for him. He built his own business. So if I can find a 19-year-old that's motivated, they don't have no bills, no kids, no anything, and I don't have to motivate them, why would I waste my time trying to motivate a grown adult that's grown, have grown bills, they really need the money, and they really struggling to take this business serious? So when I saw that, I'm like, they're just not the right person, adults or 18. That's why when I got involved, I remember people used to laugh. Why are you working with those young people? Now everybody want to recruit young kids. Now everyone want to do millennials. I remember I started doing young money events, and we went from, you know, a movement that people was laughing at to doing 500 events sold out. Nothing but young people between the ages of 18 and 25. And we did that throughout my whole entire career up until, you know, after I turned 25, and then it became millennials. But I've always focused on young people because young people know how to adapt. I'm not saying working with the older people. Listen, work with everybody. But what I can tell you is that the thing about Zoom right now, who do you think is adapting to Zoom? This is normal for us. We use on FaceTime all the time. So we're really used to doing things on webinars and things like that. So with me, I've always focused because I know that these people are going to get older as I get older. So if I was you, honestly, I go after everybody, but the millennials are the ones because the world is changing. The world is changing, and it's changing so fast that it's a little challenging for most people to kind of keep up with it. One day is this app that's blowing up. Then next week is this app. It's just so much things going on. But as young people, we know how to adjust. We know how to, okay, we can learn something new in a week when it comes to technology. So you want to go after everybody, but we're dealing with young people. It's patience. You're going to have to go through a lot of numbers. Most of them still want to party, want to have fun. But at the end of the day, the young people today, we see how our parents had it, and we don't want the lifestyle. We don't want to just work paycheck to paycheck. We don't want to work until we're 70. We don't want to work until we're 80. We just want freedom. We want time. We want to be able to make money online. We want to be able to travel. We want to be able to do these different things. So just talk about the things that kind of catches young people's attention, and they will do it. Share stories about other young people's stories, because when they see other young people's stories, they're motivated. They don't have to know the person, but they're motivated by them because they're saying to themselves, if this young person can do it, why can't I do it? They start to question themselves. So when you're talking to an older person, always talk highly about a younger person that already has success, so they can question themselves and say, listen, if this young person can do it, I can do it. So it's kind of like, I don't know the word for it, but if I was an older person and I seen somebody in their 20s have success, I'm going to question myself. Why can't I do it if they can do it? So that's just the mindset I have, you know, because once I start questioning myself, I'm not going to let no 20-year-old have more success than me, and I've had more life than them. That's just the mindset I would have. So,
Yeah.
you know, to me, you know, having that mindset is what's going to really, you know, motivate a lot of your older people. Just talk about the young people that's blowing up, because if you're older, you have more success and you've seen life, and you met some 18-year, 19-year-old kid that don't know what life is about, and they having more success than you. You're going to feel as though you can do it too.
You know,
Thank you so
I'm going to piggyback off that. That's why I have him on here. Folks, I love young people. They can adapt. I'm telling you, they adapt faster. They get it. I'm an old guy. I know it. I'm going after young people because they adapt better. Plus, they know mom and dad, school teachers lied to them. They know they don't want to be in that broken down house with 5 cars in the driveway, 2 are rustic, 1 of them are working, the other one's a broken down. Look, they see the broke lifestyle. They don't want that. I love young people. That's why I go after them. You might have to go through much of them to find them, but they get it. I mean, as old people, I mean, just like I said, just like Mr. Cooper said, think about it. How did you feel when if I'm a TC, if I'm an RD and all of a sudden everybody's an RD now, I mean, I'd be pissed. I have to piss me off. Why am I still stuck as a regional director and a TC is a regional director? Man, I'd be pissed off to stay a regional director. I'd be an RVP. But some people, they just, they ain't got no. See that, I keep saying it. How do you go to international? I get so pissed off when I see people come across the state can't speak English. I mean, how many times have you guys seen me go crazy? I mean, how do you feel when you see people can't speak English, RVP, SV? You said, I mean, that would, but see, so many people no backbone, no posture. See, that's what he's talking about. How do you let some young whippersnapper outdo you? How does it make you feel? If you got any backbone and posture, it should piss you off. But so many people are so passive. I like you, you like me, Barney, and woo, see, that's how leaders think. If they can do it, why can't I kill this thing? But we get so passive. Oh, that's so nice for them. What about you? What about you? Why not you RVP yet? Why not you RD yet? Why? See, that's what I love about young people. Show them other young people do it, boom, they get it. They're on to it. But I cannot be stuck in the same position forever. And I see people walk across stage, get done it faster, quicker than me. That's like, what am I doing? Man, Mr. Cooper, thank you. Hey, real quick, before we get off the line, everybody, don't forget the Vivid promotion. The Vivid promotion is started yesterday, and it's good to the 22nd. 8 points, 8 points. Vivid promotion for the 20th of April to the 22nd of April. That's 8 points. So just remember, it's a promotion, and when you get people on there, the promotion code is AC and Hope, HOPE, helping other people excel. Lord have mercy. Mr. Cooper, final words in closing, sir.
Yes, final words.
Man, you fired me up. I'm gonna end up walking to Alabama this morning.
Honestly,
so jacked up.
Final words. Affirmations. If you're not speaking affirmations to yourself every day, I don't know what to tell you. That's one of the things that changed my life, honestly, is affirmations. You know, I write it down in my books. I mean, everything I write down starts with the word I am. And the word I am is one of the most powerful words in the world, because whatever you say after that is what you shape up in your reality. So if you say I am tired, guess what's going to happen? You're going to feel tired. If you say I'm broke, you're going to be broke. If you said, you know, I'm sleepy, you're going to be sleepy. But if you say I'm wealthy, I'm going to be wealthy. If you say I'm a senior vice president, whatever you say after that and you put action behind it, you're going to get it. So, but doing that and writing your journals every single day, you just get a chance to just go over your goals and see it and read it and speak it and think about it. So if you think about something over and over and over and over, it's only a matter of time before it's going to happen. And that's one of the things that's hard for most people to really understand, that you can really think and grow rich. That's one of my most favorite books, because as I read that book, first it was a thought. They didn't put the thought on a piece of paper. It was the idea on paper, and then it came into fruition. I studied successful people, and they all talked about they had a vision board. They all talk about they had a journal. They all talk about they written down their goals. So success leaves clues. Everything I'm telling you it's something that I learned from other successful people. I didn't just figure this thing out on my own, but I figured it out by studying successful people. So they have affirmation, they have goals, you know, they have a big vision, because without vision, people perish. You know, if you don't have no vision, who's going to follow you? No one's going to follow you. You're not even going to follow yourself because you don't know where you want to go anywhere in life. Just think about the person that you see on the streets. I'm pretty sure everyone kind of had, you know, some type of mishaps in life, but they can easily still change their life because it was people that had been homeless and they had a big vision for their life. They said, I don't want to be homeless no more. And they became a superstar. They became successful. So whatever your situation is right now, I know it might be hard. I know you might be going through things right now, but at the end of the day, you can create a new tomorrow today. You can create a new tomorrow today by writing down new goals, new vision, new things that you want to accomplish. And that's therapy to me. You know, when you're going through things in life, by putting it on a piece of paper, you're actually helping yourself. You're actually helping yourself by getting it out of your head. And one of my favorite quotes by my mentor, Mr. Jim Rohn, was that, you know, if you just share whatever you got on your mind with other people, it make more room for more information to come in. But if you try to keep everything, you know, for yourself, you know, you're going to forget about it. So by you just sharing the knowledge and the information that you're learning every single day with everybody that comes, you know, your way, you're making more room for more knowledge and more information and more motivation and more things to come into your mind. Because at the end of the day, this is a day-by-day business. And you got to fire yourself up every single day. No one's coming to your house to get you motivated. Don't even listen. If your mentor don't call you to get you motivated, that's not what they get paid for. They get paid to help you have success, and you have to help them. You know, if they're going 50% of the way, you got to go 50% of the way. Not just hope that you're just going to get in and somebody big is going to land on your business. And a lot of people, they wish for that. They wish that, I wish I get the next big superstar. But if you are not able to handle it and make a big superstar, all they're going to do is get in your business, blow you out the water, cut your money off, and go build a bigger team. And you just happy that you got somebody big in your downline, but you're not truly reaping the benefits off of it. And that's what a lot of people are doing. They're hoping and they're wishing that their business blow up without them actually learning how their business actually blow up. You don't want to be that person that your team blow up and you don't know how it happened. You can't go out there and do it again and do it again and do it again, because there's a lot of people that many people get involved in their business and it blew their business up and they was never able to do it again. Why? Because they didn't know how to do it the first time. Don't want to be that person where something big happens in your business and you don't know how to take it and teach somebody else how to do it and somebody else how to do it. I love the fact that I know a system. I know how to take a brand new person, teach them what I need to teach them, and in 30 days, they know how to do something that somebody that's been in for a couple years know how to do. The difference is that they actually want to do it compared to me having to convince them to do it.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mr. Cooper. Last thing I got is you can create a new tomorrow today. Write that down, everybody. You can create a new tomorrow today, but you got to create it now. Now, you can create a new tomorrow today. That was powerful. Folks, I know what you're thinking. Man, where do I find a Mr. Cooper? Trust me, they're out there.
He gets so excited, he makes us stop. Give him a second.
Listen, we had a great conference call today. Mr. Cooper, thank you so much. See, that's why I love after going up the young man help me, because I'm not a millennium, but you see what I'm saying? That's why I love going after people like that, because they get it. They're adaptable. So don't put your stops up because you're older to go after young people. They are the future. Don't you get it? Look, this computer stuff, I knew that, hey, I got to adopt. So should you. Today is a new era. God bless you. Tomorrow morning, we'll be back at 9 o'clock with a couple of other superstars. We got a list of great superstars this whole week coming at you, because I want to give you guys the very best of the best of people that I respect and admire. Can we show Mr. Cooper how much we appreciate it? Can we give him a hand, everybody? Come on, let's show him how much we appreciate him today. Man, you guys got so much more today. Oh, do work. No, don't do work. Here's what I want you to do. Go to work. My God, go to work. That's what he's saying. Go to work. Don't do work. Go to work. Make it happen. God bless everybody. See everybody at 1 o'clock for the one